It's a raid. It's a raid. We got the cops.
Well, what do you guys want from me, huh?
What are you sleeping on the job for here, huh?
I was up half the night at that shindig of yours in the Haunted Star. Then a little hoopla on the side.
Oh, wait a minute. We don't want the gory details of your personal life, Ben.
Yeah, well, then I tried to sleep in this morning, huh? And that Tiffany dame, she comes barging in there raising a stink.
Right, now that's what we're interested in.
Yeah, well, so am I. She chased away a customer of mine.
We know that. Now tell us about him.
Why, what's to you guys?
Plenty, Ben. He was trying to pawn off a star pendant. Is that right?
Yeah, okay, so he was. Hey, but I still don't see what business it is of yours, huh?
Benny, that pendant belongs to my wife.
Oh, that's what you're just creating all that fuss about, then.
That's right. Now, why don't you stop wasting our time and tell us about it?
Yeah, well, what's there to tell? I mean, he shows up here last night for the first time when I'm closing this shop.
And?
And even a fence has certain hours, huh?
Right, but he came back this morning, right?
Yeah, and I was ready to close a deal with him when the Tiffany dame scares him off with all that awful screeching of hers.
Well, what, did they leave here together?
Yeah, you wouldn't exactly call it together. I mean, he took out fast, and she was hot and still.
Apparently, she also lost him.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. It ain't easy to run and screech at the same time.
Yeah, well, give us a rundown on this guy, Benny.
You mean, what he look like, huh?
Yeah.
The typical sailor. Got a wool hat, pea jacket. Average build, you know.
Well, what else?
What else? The beard, a big woolly beard. Yeah.
Have you ever seen him before? Do you know who he is?
I get sailors in here all day long. I mean, come on. These guys, they start looking all the same to me after a while.
Terrific.
All right, thanks.
Okay, where do we go from here?
Well, I don't know, Robert. I think the question is, shall we go on from here? This could be just another red herring, like the bus schedule in the Whitaker's barn.
Granted, but does that make any difference?
No. Not if it's Laura's pendant. We have to follow up and find out.
Okay, then leave that to me.
Well, let's if you don't mind, because I'd like to stick like glue to Laura Templeton all day today and check out her story, starting with the loft.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, what I'll do is I'll get on to Kelly over at the diner. Maybe he's got a few cronies down the waterfront. Together, we'll spread out and nail this thing down.
All right, you can manage that, right?
This guy's out here. We're going to find him.
All right. Sleep tight.
Yeah.
This is Kelly, man.
Well, hey, sailor. Like the beef stew last night, you came back for breakfast, huh?
Thanks anyway, but I came to pay you for dinner last night.
Oh.
I really appreciate you running a tab till I could hawk that gold necklace.
Well, that's okay. Thank you. I just hope Benny gave you a decent deal.
Actually, I ended up going someplace else.
Don't tell me, did Benny try to pull a fast one on you?
Nah, you didn't get the chance. Before we got a chance to talk dollars and cents, some crazy broad went off the wall yelling at me.
Why'd she do that?
Beats me, but I sure didn't stick around to find out.
I can understand that. Excuse me. Kelly's diner.
Hi, Rose. It's Heather. Is Joe there?
I haven't seen him yet. Did you try that, his office number upstairs?
Yeah, I just called there. He wasn't in.
Then he's probably on his way over. Hold on. I hear him now. Hold on a second.
I got to shove off, Mrs. Kelly, but thanks again for everything.
Sure, no problem. Joe, Heather, for you.
Talking about your timing?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful now that I'm talking to you.
And just what have I done to deserve this kind of greeting?
Nothing yet, but there is something you could do.
Would you like to give me a hand?
Popcorn.
What?
Don't you remember that romantic movie you took me to last week?
Oh. Oh, yeah, and the popcorn really went flying.
Well, I hope you didn't mind.
Actually, I rather enjoyed the whole evening.
Great. Because I just heard about another romantic movie that's playing for one night only, and I thought maybe you'd take me to see it.
A repeat performance, huh? What night is it?
Tonight.
Oh. I'm sorry. I've got to discuss a hearing. It's the, oh boy. It's the Newell hearing, and I've got to talk it over dinner with Ann Logan.
Ann Logan again, huh?
Now, ease off, okay?
Joe, this is the second time around. You've already canceled lunch date with me.
It was business then, and it's business now.
Of course. How stupid of me.
I mean it. The girl needs some legal advice, and... Well, as you may recall, it's what I do for a living.
I know. It's all part of the job. I know. Okay. It's all right, Joe. I understand.
Do you?
Absolutely. And what's more, I really hope you can help Ann out. I mean, I hope you can give her all the help she needs.
Well, that's nice of you. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. I do hope you can help her, Joe. Because she's going to need all the help she can get.
And I will tell you, Jessie, I even began to believe that he was psychic.
What do you mean?
He identified Scotty Baldwin's watch, inscription and all, while he was still blindfolded.
That's part of the act.
I don't think so, Jessie, and it definitely wasn't part of the act when he went charging after Scotty off the stage. And then, this is the part that is really amazing. A cool breeze came through the whole room, and it actually, I'm not kidding, it actually blew out all the candles on every table. And then the lights went out. And that's the part, the part that is really hard to believe.
You know what I believe? I believe we ought to get back to work.
I haven't even told you the best part.
Okay, go on.
The spotlight came back on, and standing exactly where Scotty had been standing was Laura. Laura Templeton.
Oh, yeah. Jackie's sister, the girl everybody's looking for.
Yeah, but we think, I mean, at least we have hope that she would help lead us to our Laura.
Well, I certainly hope so. Is there any news?
Funny you should ask me, because I was right there during the entire interrogation.
What interrogation?
Well, Luke and Robert asked her a million questions.
Did they get any answers?
No, she didn't seem to remember anything. She just told us that she lives in a loft with some photographer named Mel.
Well, nothing about Laura Spencer then.
No, but Tiffany came in, and she said that she had seen Laura's pendant. Apparently there is a sailor running around the waterfront someplace with my sister's necklace.
What sailor? Do they know who he is?
No, but it's encouraging. At least I think it is.
Well, yes, it is. But I think we better get back to work.
You know, Jessie, what happened on the Haunted Star really means a lot to me.
Well, I can understand that, Amy.
I mean, for the first time since Laura disappeared, I really felt like I was a part of things, you know? In on everything.
I think they've just been so busy they haven't had time and they've forgotten to include you.
I know that. But this time they had to include me because I was right there when the whole thing happened.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
So is the pilot.
I know. Hi, Amy. Jessie. I'm so glad you're here.
Why is that?
Well, how would you like for me to tell you what's happening at the Haunted Star?
I'd love it. Amy. Maybe you better tell me over lunch.
I think so.
Hey, Matt, you busy right now?
Not unless you can call scrambled eggs busy.
Well, look, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I need a bit of help.
Fine, you got it. So what did I just volunteer for?
Well, I'm trying to track down a certain sailor.
Okay, fine. Sailor, got it. Why do we want him?
Because he's running around town with Laura Spencer's star pendant.
How did he get a hold of that?
That's what we've got to find out.
Do you think this guy might have something to do with their disappearance?
I don't know what else to think.
Well, we better find him right away.
Well, it may not be as easy as it sounds. Listen, do we have any friends on the waterfront we can count on?
Yeah, about 50 that I can think of off the top of my head, right?
Right, okay.
I need a little bit more than just a certain sailor. I mean, give me a better description.
Well, there's not much more to go, and I mean, what are we looking at here? A medium-built guy, typical sailor garb, you know, a pea jacket and a wool hat. That's it.
Well, you've just described about 100 or 200 people within a 1-mile radius of this diner.
Oh, wait a minute. He's sporting a sandy beard.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. That sounds like this guy who was just in here.
When?
Where did he go?
Well, out the door. Didn't you see him when you came downstairs?
I didn't see anybody.
Well, what was he doing here? Oh, okay.
Well, he was having...
Stupid question. He was having breakfast, obviously.
No, he wasn't having breakfast. He'd come in to pay me for a meal I gave him last night.
What are you running here, a soup kitchen?
Well, no, wait a minute. I mean, we don't even know it's the same guy. Can you tell us any more about him?
All I really know is that he lost all his money in a poker game, but he seems like a nice guy.
As against your typical on-the-waterfront freeloader.
No, Robert, I'm serious. I mean, he even offered me this gold necklace he was waiting to pawn. He wanted me to hold on to it, you know, until he could pay me for the price of the meal.
That's it.
That's our boy.
Listen, did you get a good look at that necklace?
No, I just briefly, but no, not at all. What is going on with you guys? What is it about this sailor?
That necklace was Laura Spencer's star pendant.
The one Luke gave her for her birthday. I just let him walk
No,
out
it's
of
okay.
here.
It's all right. You couldn't have known.
But what if it had something to do with Laura's disappearance?
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Well, what can I do to help?
You've already done quite a lot. Now, the guy came in to pay his debt off, right? That means that he's obviously hawked the necklace.
Yeah, okay, listen. Now, can you get someone to check out the local pawn shops?
I can do it myself.
Wait a minute, no. Listen, I want you to stay here. Be a sort of a collection point for information.
Oh. Well, then I can probably get Blackie to do it.
Okay, tell him to miss out Benny's, because Tiffany's already covered that.
And that was Tiffany this morning. Figures.
Okay, then, well, I'll leave you to it.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to check out every bar and pool hall and bordello in Port Charles, anywhere that a sailor might hang out.
Good luck.
I'm going to need it. Well, what I got to go on, I'm looking for what? A medium-built guy with a pea jacket and a wool hat. Now, that limits it, surely.
The beard. Do not forget the beard.
Room 212's our only vacancy. On the second floor, that is.
Little joke, huh?
Right.
Well, I like a joke from time to time.
So, you want a room?
I'll do better than that. I'll pay you in cash. In advance.
One night only?
I pay as I go, you don't mind.
Sign the register, man. Hey, have a good day now, huh?
Exactly what I intended to.
Any action?
In this dump, the action begins when I go off duty.
You're off duty right now.
But I just came out a few hours ago.
I had a fight with the old lady and that sister of hers. I'm looking forward to a little peace and quiet on the job.
That's about all you're going to get in here today. Only one new guest. A seaman in room 212.
So you're telling me this guy's a sailor, right?
Yeah, now look for him. He's got like a sandy beard. We think it's brown hair. He's kind of a medium build guy. It's the best we got.
All right, now he's got Dr. Weber's daughter's necklace.
It's a star pendant.
Okay.
We think he may have hawked it around here somewhere. We need you to go check out all the pawn shops. You can skip Benny's place.
That bozo's not the only fence around here.
Well, I wouldn't know, but just do the best you can if you would.
Yeah. I will. And since I'm going to be working so hard, why don't you guys front me like a hamburger and fries and refill this kind of on the house. That would be
On the house.
Hey, Captain.
Never
Good morning.
Hiya, Rose. How are you?
I'm okay.
on second thought, Kelly, why don't you hang on that? I'm going to get started on this thing, all right?
So, can I get you anything?
The stomach's kicking up again. How about a usual glass of milk, please?
Anything else to go with that?
Well, I'd like to have a chat with our handsome friend over here.
Is all yours?
You heard, I take it.
But you were scouring the waterfront, looking for a sailor? Yes, I heard. Would you like to tell me all about it?
No. We think that this sailor is somehow tied in with Laura Spencer's disappearance.
Oh. Then Luke and Scorpio are behind it. I should have known.
No, give them a break. This time they may be onto something.
Well, you don't hear me complaining, do you?
Not yet, no.
I'm just glad they're onto some other lead other than that David Gray.
What does this David Gray have to do with anything?
According to Luke, just about everything. Let me tell you, first he has me have a composite made up, which I put in the paper. This David Gray sees it, thinks it's him, and he comes into headquarters on his own. I questioned him. The man seems to have done nothing wrong. He's running an antique shop here in town and minding his own business, and that's about it.
But Luke seems to think that there's more to it than that?
Oh, what do you hear the topper? Luke begs me as a friend to go over to the antique shop with him because he insists there's a laboratory hidden in the back. Well, if there is a laboratory there, it is well hidden. Maybe under an old lady's bed.
What?
Take my word for it. Don't let me get started on the rest of his shenanigans. Oh, that stomach.
Drink from out, Captain.
Oh,
You know
right.
what? They really are onto something this time, though.
Well, I certainly hope so.
I know so. That sailor out there that's walking around hawked one of Laura Spencer's necklaces.
What? Well, now, that certainly does sound suspicious.
We'll know more after we track him down.
Look, I know that Luke Spencer likes to work on his own, but if you'll give me some hint of what this sailor looks like, I'll put some of my men on it.
Sure, no problem.
You know, cops on the beat do hear a lot.
Well, Luke can use some help here.
Hey, at least he found Jackie Templeton's sister.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about that.
What, were you looking for her, too?
Well, if I wasn't, I certainly am now. Tell you, I would like to meet up with that Laura Templeton and talk to her. Because I want to get to the bottom of this ridiculous mix-up.
Where's your key?
I don't have it. Well, what are we supposed to do?
Well, we'll try the old credit card through the lock routine. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Wyndham's has always been good for Tiffany.
Oh, great, he got it.
Help me check the place out, Jack.
Sure. I'll go over here.
All right, I'll check this room.
Mel, honey, are you home?
Where is he, Laura? Laura! What, Laura? Laura!
Really? I don't know.
Well, what the hell does he do in here? House-trained cats?
I don't know. Photography, I mean, that's what he does.
But you don't know for sure.
He's a photographer.
Okay, he's a photographer. Did you ever see any evidence that he was involved in anything different than photography?
He never talked about it, and I didn't ask.
What was he doing in Port Charles?
No, I don't know.
I swear if you say I don't know one more time.
I am not trying to be difficult. I just cannot remember. You have to understand this. I can't help it.
Laura, are you sure you've been living here?
Why?
Well, where are your clothes?
My clothes are here.
No.
Is there anything in there?
Well, some men's clothes.
I just don't understand this.
There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, well, we'll probably find the reason. Let's go get David.
Oh, that was rough surgery.
I'm exhausted.
Are you too tired to talk to me about something I think is important?
No, I'm never too tired to talk to you about something. What's on your mind?
Well, how come you haven't mentioned the hearing Bradshaw requested?
Oh, you heard about that, too, huh?
Who hasn't? It's all over the hospital. Steve was nice enough to mention it himself.
Well, I think once and for all, any questions about Francis Newell's death will be answered.
I plan on being there, Noah.
Entitled to be there.
I want to ask you something in advance, though.
What?
Have you any idea what Bradshaw's up to?
I do know that he asked Steve if he could present certain facts before the committee. I take it you have an opinion on that.
I
think it's a declaration of war, if you ask me.
Against you?
Oh, that I am sure of, yes. And if this hearing turns into the battle of Bradshaw versus Logan...
Oh, no.
I want to know which side you're going to be on.
That's not fair.
I have to know, Noah.
I'm going to see if I can make a truce.
Oh, that'll be the day.
Why not? You've already paved the way. You didn't press charges against him the other week.
Because those charges were unsubstantiated, that's why.
Fine, then drop it. I mean, you already didn't submit the letter to the committee. I don't see what the point is in this whole thing.
Why don't you ask Bradshaw? He is the one who requested the hearing in the first place.
I might just do that.
Good. While we're on the subject, if we do plan on having a hearing tomorrow, I am going to be there and I am speaking up.
Dr. Perez reports radiology. Dr. Perez.
I don't know why there's got to be a hearing in the first place.
Oh, Jess, to file the Johnson chart, please.
Yes, of course, I think.
Had a bit of surgery this morning, you did?
Oh, yeah, thanks. Frankly, it wore me out.
Well, would you like to unwind? Lunch at the Rib or something like that?
Yeah, that sounds tempting. I don't know, maybe,
I'd like to talk to you, Arthur.
Dr. Robert Troutman, OR staff.
I'd like that, too. I'll meet you back here at the desk.
This is it, Laura.
Does this place look familiar?
Hester? Laura, how are you, dear? I've been worried about you.
Sure you have.
Well, this little girl and I are friends, aren't we, dear?
I guess so.
On the other hand, I can't say as much for the two of you.
Well, that's all right. We don't mind.
Well, what do you expect? You and your associates have caused nothing but trouble.
Well, that was another day. Miss Frumpkin, we're now into a brand new ballgame.
Oh, is that so? And would you perhaps tell me what that is?
Jewelry.
What?
Remember that necklace we have been talking about that we were looking for?
Oh, yes. Today we're looking for pendants.
Our store carries very few pendants.
Well, this would be very easy for you then, because the pendant I'm looking for is star-shaped.
I have no such item.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. All the jewelry here is antique. Nothing new. Nothing tacky.
Oh, my. Well, then, let's get down to business.
And what might that business be?
We're here to see David Gray.
If I may ask why.
Well, your friend, Laura Templeton here, has something she wants to discuss with him.
Oh, then I'm very sorry, Laura, but Mr. Gray is out of town for a few days, and I don't know when he'll be back.
Well, what about Mel? Where's he?
Well, he's with Mr. Gray. Oh, but he left something for you. I believe your clothes are inside. Laura, have you had a lover's quarrel with Mel?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't bring it up to embarrass you. I just assumed that's why you moved out.
Did I move out? Oh, I guess it was the reason. Well, what does this look like to you?
It looks like another dead end, and I gotta tell you, this sister of yours is a real flaco. Let's just hope Robert and Joe are having more luck with the bearded sailor.
Ah, feel sharp, be sharp. Yeah, so it make me feel like a brand new man.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.